Hello you guys, today we're going to go over more chapters from the Jujutsu Kaisen manga. We start the chapter off with the battle of Noya versus Choso. Choso answers Noya's question with an answer he is not pleased with. Noya then tried to blitz Choso, but by Noya's surprise, Choso has adjusted to his moves. Too bad for you, but I always act on the assumption that you'll counter. Noya counters and Choso is then seen with red ketchup coming out the side of his body. Since you're a pain in the ass, I thought it best to use this weapon. You got blood manipulation, so stopping your bleeding is forte, but how long can you last against me while paying attention to that? We find out that Noya has a secret weapon he's been hiding from us this whole time. Honestly, it isn't cool for a sorcerer to walk around with the weapon, so keep it a secret. Those who wield weapons are dependent on them to win, and there are a lot of sorcerers who carry them around. The way my older brothers showed them off is pathetic. I'm amazed at how they complained about Toji. So you hate your brothers? Yes, that's right. There's no point to big brothers who are inferior to little brothers. Choso explains that's because of mistakes that he made and the wrongs he did that makes it so his brothers don't have to follow in his footprints, so they can become better people and stronger souls. They could follow the new path he left behind, which is a good path that leads to success. What if you're strong because your older brothers are weak? You asked why I'm tough? I'll tell you. It's because I didn't have someone to guide me, so I kept making mistakes. Nonetheless, I must walk ahead of my little brothers. That's why I'm strong. Choso then catches Noya by surprise and dumps tons of blood on the ground. Noya wonders how he's not dead. Death fittings have mixed blood from cursed spirits and humans. They have a special constitution capable of conversing cursed energy into blood. As long as they have cursed energy, they won't die of blood loss. Choso uses the mass amount of blood to hide and relocate, hoping to catch Noya off guard. Noya insults Choso's attack, calling it slow. Choso must be getting sloppy. That's when out of nowhere, Choso's plan works, and he catches Noya off guard, attempting a strike with piercing blood. Noya knows he can't let the blood touch him, or he'll be a hell of a time moving around. Choso hits Noya with a kick and gets some blood in his clothes, which Choso can control to make his legs feel heavy. You know what's coming next, checkmate. Noya then asks him if he's sure it's really over. His technique can get him out of any situation. Noya charges at Choso in hopes of taking him out before he can launch his piercing blood. This move was a Choso original. Isn't he releasing his attack? Born of Choso honing his cursed technique for 150 years. That's when Choso uses his special move, Supernova, and hits Noya directly. The fight between Noya and Choso is over. Choso wins. Sorry, but you didn't love your brothers. And I can't understand that. Choso wins unless... That's when Yuta arrives holding Yuji's body. Choso's face is like, fuck. Yuta then takes out Choso with ease and just one-shots his ass, and Yuta goes to heal Noya. Noya doesn't like that Yuta's looking down on him. That's when he coughs up blood from the poison. Noya had no clue that Choso's blood was poisonous. Noya then puts two and two together and finds out Choso isn't human. Noya is slowly dying. That's when Yuta makes him an offer. He'll heal him with RCT. If... Then we enter a flashback. Jin. Yes, father? If it's about her, I'm leaving. Jin, you can live your life however you like, but give up on that woman. You'll die. Don't talk about such things in front of Yuji. They say babies remember more than we think. I know you wanted a child and that didn't happen with Koriki, but her death was... Father-in-law? What are you talking about? We come back to the present where Yuji is waking up with the what the fuck look on his face, and Yuta was sitting right next to him. What a relief. We get another flashback where Gojo is asking Yuta to watch after the first and second years, stating that Hakari should be fine. But Gojo wants Yuta to keep an eye on Yuji the most, because he was the one up for execution. Yuta explains to Yuji that he elected to be the executioner so he can keep him safe, but they're not dumb, so he can't just say he killed him. So he made a binding vow with them. Then Yuji asks how he's still alive, but Yuta looks very intensely at Yuji and says, reverse curse technique. Not many people know he can do that. For a time, they'll officially consider your death sentence complete. Why are you doing this? Because you're important to people who are important to me. I too once was born with the power I couldn't handle. I thought it had been forced on me, but I had invited it upon myself. You aren't to blame. You understand. It isn't about whether it's my fault, but Itadori. Fisher girl? What are you doing? Let's head back to Jujutsu High. The barrier around the school is loosening. As long as no one directly sees your face, it should be no problem. We'll rejoin the other students and stop. Don't act like everything is normal. Don't act like nothing happened. He resists, but I bet he's unsure of whether or not he deserves to live. That's why he held back when fighting me. I killed people. Because of me, lots of people died. Don't be selfish and give up all alone. We aren't heroes fighting for justice. We're Jujutsu sorcerers. No one can ever truly judge us, so we may continue to prove the worth of our existence. And we don't have the luxury of thinking about ourselves. We just gotta save people. I believe that was the original principle behind your actions. As long as I'm around, you will suffer. Megami is asking Itadori's help and helping them save the world. So start by saving me, Itadori. We are then introduced to the calling game's rules. They are all right here, so if you want to read them, I'll keep them right here for a little bit. Megami is asking Yuji for his help. He needs him to lend him his strength so they can save his sister. Yuji hears his grandpa's last wishes in his head. Yuji then has a request for Yuta. Shuken is flying something involving Fishgirl. You probably took over my buying Shibuya because I ate 10 fingers all at once. I've ingested 15 fingers so far. Even if I ate all remaining 5 in one go, I doubt I'd be able to take over, but if I ever switch to Sukuna again, don't hesitate to kill me. I think you could do that. Understood. I'll do what I can. Yuji then asks Megumi what they need to do next. Megumi tells his plans to Yuji and Yuta. They need to meet with Tengen and find a way to release the Sou and Gojo. Then they must find out what Kenjaku's plans are. Megumi then explains to Yuji that they can't get the information they need from Yuki because she doesn't know herself, being the one that told Megumi about this plan in the first place. It is also going to be very hard to get to Tengen in the first place because there are thousands of doors leading to him, and it's near impossible to locate the right door. In the midst of saying this, Yuji then interrupts Megumi. What happened to Nobara? Oh, I get it. Megumi's hopes are looking high on the survival of their classmate and friend, so Yuji is frustrated knowing his friend is in so much trauma or possibly dead. That's when Choso comes out of the shadows explaining to them that Mahito once stole Sukuna's fingers and the death paintings from Tengen's place too, and they can do the same thing. And then out of seemingly nowhere, we're introduced to a character that we all thought was unalive, and that character is Maki Zenin. Yuta comes in the room and sees Maki and he's really happy to see her. Yuki then explains that even reverse curse technique leaves scars like burn marks. Yuki compliments Maki's burn marks because they do look badass. Her physical body saved her from being a goner. The heavenly restriction is a beautiful thing. And if you guys like the video up to this point, make sure to like and subscribe, or else Sukuna will catch you in domain expansion and eat your ass. She also tells everyone that his cursed technique will help them find Tengen's place, due to the fact that the cursed tombs remains lay in the same place as Tengen. Even if they are just remains, they should still hold some guidance. Maki's like, yeah, that's cool and all, but who is this guy? And Yuji's response was like, yeah, that's my brother. Choso is so happy and in shock to hear that. Choso has no doubt that beyond these doors lays his resting brothers. They open the door and they're left with a surprise. There's just a lot of trees. Choso then tells the team that they need to keep going until they reach the elevator. We then see Choso telling his brothers that he'll be back for them. Just wait a little longer. We go down the elevator and we see bloodstains, which are from a fight you guys should remember between Toji and Geto, where Toji took the life of Riko. It was 11 years ago now that I think about it. That's when everything begins to get distorted. Everyone is confused on what Yuki is talking about. Then they enter a room that is just pure white. Everybody's confused on why there's nothing here. That's when Yuki explains that it's rejecting them. Tengen doesn't interfere with this world, but I thought contact was possible now that the Six Eyes are sealed. Was I too optimistic? Yuta then directs the group to leave, stating that they don't have much time. That's when the group hears a strange voice. Leaving so soon? It's a pleasure to meet you. That's when we see Tengen appear. What does he want? What are his plans? Is he a threat? Find out in the next video. Watch this video if you want to see what happens before this.